right, welcome to our Sunday buffet doubleheader. We're here at Hollywood and Vine, which has brought back their buffet today. Two different buffets, in fact. For breakfast, of course, it's the Disney Junior Play and Dine at Hollywood and Vine. And then we have Minnie's, I think it's Minnie's Halloween Dine, is that right? There you go, Minnie's Halloween Dine at Hollywood and Vine. So we're gonna try them both out and see what's changed, what's different. Obviously, neither buffet has been available since the COVID closure in March of 2020. So some new offerings, some stuff is back. We're gonna see how everything holds up. Okay, so we have the first station of the buffet, which are eggs and meats, I guess I would call it. So we have bacon, there's a chorizo scramble, there's scrambled eggs, obviously. There's a chicken sausage and regular sausage, there's cheesy potatoes, and this I cheated, this is from the other station, but I just like to start my day with a croissant, so this is the first thing. It's a croissant. It'll do the trick. Again, if you've eaten at Disney World before, some of this stuff's going to be the same wherever you go. The scrambled eggs, the sausage, the bacon, the bagels, the croissants, all those things are going to be nearly identical everywhere. Yeah. Perfectly fine diner quality scrambled eggs. I'll try this chicken sausage though. That's pretty good. I don't know what else to say about it. It's chicken sausage. I might like it more than the regular sausage, honestly. Yeah. I mean, everything's pretty run-of-the-mill. I'm sure the bacon's perfectly fine. It could be cooked a little better. Real chewy. Alright, cheesy potatoes. Now we get into some of the things that are a little different by location. Be sure to chew, because it's a glob of cheese. Again, standard breakfast fare. It's just a big glob of cheddar cheese over potatoes. Uh-oh. I better hurry, because this is going to go on for several minutes probably. Unless I was just the loop restarting, I don't know. Anyway, and then there's a chorizo scramble, which isn't something you'll find everywhere. Uh-oh. It wouldn't be a character breakfast if everyone doesn't dance. By the way, the chorizo scramble is the best thing I've had so far. With peppers and onions, obviously cheese, sausage. This is the highlight so far. Highly recommend. Okay, next station we have a vegetable frittata with a tomato paste sauce. There is a cornbread pudding. And then obviously French toast with I assume it's a caramel banana sauce. I didn't really look, but one would assume. All right, let's try these out. I'm gonna start with this cornbread pudding because it sounds good. I agree with Jason's assessment. It is really salty. So over salted, yeah. You're welcome. It's bad. It's real bad. Beyond that, even just I thought it was coming from the topping. It's not. It's in the batter. And the batter's real mushy. I know it's supposed to be a pudding, but I don't know, the consistency, the flavor, everything's a little off on that. Now let's try the frittata. It might be good. I can get the paste on it. There you go. It's really bland. Really bland. Gotta figure out exactly what's in there. Definitely onion. Mushroom? Might be mushroom. Yeah, so I think it's onion and mushroom over egg, but it's on the bland side. I'm not wild about it. So I'm gonna warn you, I just took the last piece of French toast from this tray and then they replenished it, so this probably is not gonna be fair. I might have to go get a fresh one. But if we've learned anything. Well, hi, Goofy. Can I get a picture of just you, Goofy? Ooh. Thank you, Goofy. That's what it's a character breakfast. It's gonna happen. Exactly what you would expect. I mean, it's the French toast is on the crunchy side. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly fine. The sauce is exactly what you want. It's syrupy and sweet, and you have the bananas to offset that nicely. It's a fine French toast. So far, the only winner thus far, the chorizo, but let's keep trying. All right, things are getting interesting now. This is a whole section of weird and well, I say weird. Some things are not weird compared to normal Disney buffet fare, but maybe not weird. But there are some things that are just legitimately weird. Chicken and waffles, not that weird, right? It's a Mickey waffle with chicken on top. We have a corned beef hash, peppers, onions, and sausage, eggs Benedict, and then the one I'm very intrigued about. This is a salmon and bagel casserole. We have to start with that one, right? Like I'm not even gonna build the anticipation. I need to know. I need to know. It's pretty good. That's a lot of salmon. Nice thick pieces of salmon, which I bet they have salmon on the lunch and dinner, I would assume. And what they're doing is they're chopping it up for the breakfast buffet. And in between that, you do get like a bagel taste in between there. These little bready bits in between that taste like bagel. It's interesting. It's good. The salmon's of good quality, and mixed with the seasoning and such from the bagel, whatever, it's a good option. I'm a fan. Let's move to the Benedict, which, Jason, you were surprised that there's pulled pork there. That surprised you? Is that abnormal?
I mean,
I think living in Florida for so long, I've become used to it. It's definitely a thing here. I don't know who makes the pulled pork at Disney World, but it is so consistent. It tastes the same. Not bad. It's perfectly fine. It's just so funny how whether it's counter service, table service, whatever, the pulled pork is so consistent. But again, not a bad thing. It's got this great smoked flavor on the back end. It's really juicy. I don't know. It's very pleasant. It's not the best pulled pork you're ever going to have. It's a theme park. It's good. It's good. This is a fine offer. All right. Sausage, peppers, and onions. Let's see if I get a little bit of each. There we go. nice spicy kielbasa. Onions and peppers add a nice flavor to it. It's good. Nothing wrong with that. All right, let's try the corned beef hash, right? I don't think there was anything crazy about it. I'm not usually a corned beef hash guy. It's not bad. I don't know. Maybe not. Salt is the predominant flavor on that. Try a little more. Yeah, I'm kind of just getting the salt. Maybe other than that, it's a little bland beyond that, maybe. Okay. Now the moment you've probably all been waiting for at home, the chicken and waffle. Anytime you see chicken on a Mickey waffle, you got to stop and try it. That's the rule. Let's get an ear. All right. I don't think I got any meat. It was like all chicken breading. It was a crispy corner. I gotta try again. Whoever pulls the pick from the stone. That's why. I think they're just the Disney chicken breast nuggets, aren't they? Yeah, they are. They definitely are. Yep. I'm not complaining. Some days it's just all you want. Oh my goodness. Making a disaster. I thought maybe there was going to be a sauce or something on the chicken. It's just syrup. It just exists. I don't know. It's like the syrup kills the chicken breast nugget, which was good on its own before. And the waffle, I will say maybe I got a better batch. I know you guys were saying the waffle wasn't great. The waffle's a little fresher than usual, which is nice. But in total, it doesn't combine for anything of value. Again, I just feel like I ate unseasoned dough and chicken. I don't know. One of the better Mickey waffles I've had at Disney World, though, honestly. But again, it's all going to depend on freshness, right? When you grab something is different from when I grabbed it off the buffet, and that's the thing about buffets is they're inconsistent because you don't know how long things sit for. And so there could be something I had here today where I was like, that wasn't very good. You can come back tomorrow and have a completely different opinion, but it's also first day. So, but as of right now, there's very little I've been blown away with thus far, but let's be honest, people are coming here for the characters, and this is the only place you can see Vampirina and Doc McStuffins in that group, so as long as the food's edible, it's probably good enough, and nothing's been, other than that cornbread pudding, other than that, everything's been at least edible. Like nothing was outright awful other than that. And I could, as a parent, I feel like I could sit through a plate of the chorizo scramble and the salmon bagel casserole. So I could find 2 or 3 things to eat and be fine with it, but nonetheless, we'll charge onward. There's more up there. All right, for science, we have the kids station and as well the dessert station. So from the kids station, there's a cheese and egg. I guess they call it a casserole. It's just cheese on eggs, scrambled eggs, a pancake, and a Mickey waffle. Then from the dessert station, there's an apple crisp and a seasonal bread pudding, which we have still not identified what that is. Well, we're going to find out. See if I can identify, and then we'll ask someone and see how correct we were. But let's see if your kids are going to eat here regardless, but I'm gonna try the kids stuff anyway. So I can clean my knife off there. Oh, that is a crisp Mickey waffle. It was almost just a crunchy shell. In fairness, Pinky's out, I did just come from Japan, where they have the Great American Waffle Company, and they make the waffles fresh, and they're the size of the plate, but for Disney World, it's the best you can do. They're better than the eggs at the adult station. I would dare to tell you if you're going to get scrambled eggs, just go to the kids station and steal their scrambled eggs with the cheese on them. They're slightly better. And a pancake, a dry pancake. Let's eat a dry pancake, everybody. Yum. It's actually pretty decent. I think I got a fresh tray. Yeah, with some syrup, that'd be good. Okay, so then we've got the apple crisp, which is more gelatinous than it is crisp. There is some crunchy, what I assume is it bread or is it granola?
Like granola.
Granola? All right, let's see. Oh, and a very sticky sweet sauce. What'd you think of that?
It's pretty typical.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. I liked it. It's not, the apples are nice and firm. They're not mushy.
Yeah. Yeah, so the apples are fresh enough. They haven't been destroyed. They're not mushy. The sauce is nice and sweet. There's granola bits. Nothing's going to change your life, but it's pretty good. A solid option.
You didn't put ice cream on it.
Did you?
Yes.
They do have the ice cream station open in the morning at Hollywood and Vine, so if you or the kids want ice cream, it's there. Soft serve too, which is great. Okay, seasonal bread pudding. Raisins, white chocolate, bread. Am I missing an ingredient? I don't know.
Sauce. That's about
And
it.
vanilla sauce.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. Can't complain. I mean, it's no Ohana.
It's not even Goma. But
There's a weird, tinge on the back end, though, that I'm not super happy about.
it might be the white chocolate.
No, I don't know that it's the white chocolate. I had, a piece of white chocolate. I didn't think that ruined it. I thought that was fine. There's, a weird sweet tinge. Maybe it is. You might be. I think you're right.
I think it's kind of cheap white chocolate.
Yeah. Yeah. It was perfectly good up front, and then on the back you get that, again, that low quality white chocolate, bitterness at the end. I think that's it. Did we finish? Is that the whole thing?
Did you get the biscuits and gravy?
I didn't get a biscuit and gravy. Aren't they just standard?
Yeah.
Yeah. So breakfast for adults is $42 a person. It's $27 for kids. And like I said before, your decision to eat here is going to be solely based upon the characters that are here. So if you need to meet Fancy Nancy and Vampirina and Doc McStuff, I had to think for a second who else was here. Doc McStuffins. Obviously Goofy's here. You can meet Goofy in a million places though. If you really need to meet that group of characters, there's nothing I'm going to say that's going to tell you not to eat here, nor should it. If that's what means something to your family, you're going to eat here. I just hope that you use our guide to pick the right things off the buffet at least. But it's fine. It's not the worst buffet I've been to at Disney World. It's not the best either. It's in the middle. It's okay. You're going to walk away and be like, the food was fine, but at least, we met the characters we wanted. And that's what Play and Dine at Hollywood and Vine is all about. But, yeah, so if you don't care about those characters, go eat breakfast somewhere else at Hollywood Studios. Your money will be better spent. let's get started at the Minnie's Halloween Dine. Starting with soup and bread. Makes sense. It's good fare, right? Tomato soup, chicken noodle with a lot of carrot, and then we have 3 types of bread. This is the ubiquitous Disney table service roll, which is only ever good at like Be Our Guest and Brown Derby. So for some reason they're just never that good here. They're not as good here. They're fine. I don't know. They just, again, because it's a buffet, they taste older. Like at Brown Derby, they bring them out hot, fresh, and you get that Himalayan sea salt butter there. So, also, bread on a buffet, never a good idea. You're going to fill up fast. You're not going to have anything. They do have focaccia and mini pita, though, which are things that are not necessarily at every buffet. So something a little different. Rip it with my hands like a barbarian. Focaccia is actually pretty good. It's nice and soft. Again, I don't really want to fill up on bread at a buffet, but it's pretty good. Mini pita tastes like it's going to be pretty dry. It's real rubbery. Yeah. But if you really want bread, the focaccia is really good, surprisingly. I very rarely have good focaccia at Disney World. So that's a big surprise. But stay away from, this has got to be an allergy or something, because it's just it's so tough and dry. Soup. Good soup. Spoon. Some chicken and some noodle and a giant carrot. Mickey's back. Hi, Mickey. Yeah, good so far. Thank you. Mickey's at the table. Jason just staring at his phone. So disrespectful.
I'm writing
Disrespectful.
you.
Mickey, he's our host. Actually, Minnie's our host. It's Minnie's Halloween Dine. The chicken is the driest, chalkiest chicken just about I've ever had in my life. The broth and the noodles are exactly what you would want them to be. There's a little bit of salt in the broth. The noodles are super soft, melt in your mouth. And the carrots are nice and fresh too. Same thing. Once you bite them, almost a liquidy consistency. They don't overpower the soup. If the chicken was edible, this would be a decent chicken noodle soup. All right, false alarm. It's not dance time yet. All right, tomato soup. Is it normal to have such a tomato soup full of chunks of so many other things? It's not my usual experience with tomato soup, but, right?
It's almost like a bean soup that just happens to have tomato soup.
Yeah. It's actually pretty solid. The tomato broth is not too thick. It's thick enough. And then everything in it, the beans and corn and everything, make for a nice blend of flavors. It's actually, I would recommend this. It's a pretty good soup. Good soup. All right, on to the next station. Okay, we're on to the next food station. We have some baked chicken. There's olive oil, essentially olive oil mashed potatoes. There's salmon. We have, what's the other potato?
Mashed potatoes.
Just mashed potato? I don't know if they label them as something fancier.
Sour cream and chive.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And then we have, well, I'm having a day today. Brussels sprouts. I do like Brussels sprouts, so that's why I took so many. I'm going to start with those. I like those. They're very well seasoned. Yeah, no, they're very nice. They're perfect. They're soft on the middle. Got a nice bite to them on the end. Very pleasant. All right. Mashed potatoes. They're not remarkable, but they're good. They're very real buttery. Nice consistency. The bacon and the chive, you definitely taste it in each bite. Those are, I can't imagine you can make those any better or worse. They're a solid entry. Let's try the olive oil ones. They're fine. They're not as good. I mean, these are good. These, unless it's a dietary need, I would just stick with the regular. Which is weird, because usually I like it better when the skin is mixed in. I kind of like that. I'm one of those people. I'm a potato skin person. They're a little on the chalky side. They're definitely buttery, but I don't know, these are better. All right, salmon time. I'm guessing that's a mustard sauce on top of that. It's a well-cooked piece of salmon. It's flaky. It's cooked right. The mustard adds a pleasant aftertaste. It's a nice compliment. It's a good piece of salmon. All right, chicken. That is not what I expected from that. It's way juicier and more tender than I would have expected. Usually, again, everything up there is relatively fresh at the moment. Sometimes that stuff sits under those heat lamps for too long, especially baked chicken on a Disney buffet. It happens to be very well cooked. Again, really juicy, a lot of flavor. It's one of the better things on the buffet, honestly. I'm kind of surprised. This appears to be the healthy station, I think is where we've arrived. So we have crispy tofu with an Asian glaze. There's a mushroom and farro risotto. There are, apparently Jason thinks this is a 70s dish, I don't know why, but peas with pearl onions, snap peas with pearl onions, and then garlic broccolini. Let's see how it goes. Start with the tofu. Wow. The glaze is perfect with the sesame, real nice and sweet with the sesame seeds accompanying it. I mean, the tofu's crispy as advertised, nice and soft on the inside though. It's kind of hard to make good tofu. So this might be a good place to come if you're vegan or vegetarian, honestly. That's pretty darn good. I can't believe I just said darn. I'm going to kill myself. Cool, let's move on. Mushroom and farro risotto. That's pretty good too. Mushroom is really nicely cooked. It's nice and soft. A ton of flavor though. The risotto, perfectly cooked too. It's not too soft, not too hard. Cream is nice. It's a nice little dish. Let's try Jason's 70s dish, which is peas with pearl onions. Why do you think this is a 70s thing? It just was like a thing at the time?
I think so. It's like succotash. It's not something you see around it.
I mean, it tastes like what it's advertised as. It tastes like I just ate peas with the pearl onion. There's nothing remarkable about it, but it's a fine side. All right, garlic broccolini. If I can find a place to cut this. Ice cold. That's the buffet game, you never know. they didn't overdo it. Now on the back end I'm getting a lot more garlic. It still seems like a proper amount of garlic. It's not overkill. Those would probably be good warm. I'll give them another try. We'll see if we can get a hot batch later. Okay, I'm dying because this is our second buffet today. And that's even with really just having a bite or two of each thing. People don't understand how hard it is to do these buffet reviews. It's terrible. I'm not going to eat the rest of the day. So we have, what's really interesting here is there are two carving stations and they're both different. It's not really advertised. You'd have to travel to the other side, which will have identical offerings to your side. But if you do that, you'll find there's a pork belly with guava sauce on one side, and on the other side, what is this on the other side?
Tenderloin.
Beef tenderloin with the, what is it? Is it a horseradish sauce? I didn't even read it. I would assume it's white. We'll find out in a moment. There's also meatballs with barbecue sauce, which there was pineapple on it. There was no pineapple when I got there. There's macaroni and cheese with shrimp and bacon. There's pork with a mustard sauce, which I think is also surrounded by grits, it looks like. Oh, is it polenta? It wasn't on the sign. Rice and then a stewed beef as well. Okay. Let's start with the beef. The stewed beef. I know people love this because it's just like the pot roast at Liberty Tree. It's never been my thing, but if you like that Liberty Tree pot roast, you're gonna love that. Stewed beef is just not my thing. There's nothing. It's just so wet. It's just such a wet piece of meat. But it's cooked well, and if you like that flavor profile, here's to you. Perfectly good rice, nothing wrong with it. All right, let's try this is the pork with the mustard sauce and polenta. Unadvertised polenta. That's gonna be my band name. Unadvertised polenta. Will of course be introduced by Food Rapper from Food Rock. It's a well-cooked piece of pork. It's not dry at all. Mustard sauce works really well with it. Polenta works really well with it. It's a solid offering. All right, mac and cheese with bacon and shrimp.
He's going to go to say hi in just a moment.
The bacon is so hard. The bacon is way overcooked. It's a shame because it's a really nice mac and cheese under that. You get the shrimp, you get the fishiness of the shrimp on the back end, for sure. It is a really good mac and cheese that unfortunately is under that bacon. Really creamy, nice sharp cheese. If you can get past the bacon, maybe you'll get a better batch than we did, I don't know. All right. Meatball with barbecue sauce. I hear my Italian grandmother yelling at me from beyond the grave for eating this. I'm the wrong person to review that. What did you think of it?
The meatball's good. The sauce is really sweet.
If I'm gonna have a sweet meatball, I want it to be like an Asian glaze, like more like the tofu. I don't want barbecue on a meatball. It's weird for me. I don't know. Palate cleanse of the Diet Coke. All right, let's try the carving station offerings. I don't want to use my clean fork. Leave that for dessert. I have only begun to eat. I've just begun to eat, as Josh would say back in the day. It's a really creamy horseradish sauce. You don't get any of that kick of regular horseradish, which is my thing. I will eat that stuff until my nostrils implode. It's a nice cut of meat. Not really my thing. But if you're looking for value at the buffet, I mean, it's there. It's a perfectly good piece of tenderloin. I would probably even do without this. I don't know that the sauce really adds anything. Sauce is a little on the bland side, honestly. Okay, let's try the pork with the guava sauce. Pork belly. Oh, Minnie's coming.
Thank you.
Hi, Minnie. Thank you, Minnie. This is very good. The guava sauce is perfect for it. I almost don't think it would be very good without it. I actually want to try a little bit without it. I didn't really get it without it. But... yeah, maybe I'm wrong. It's very tender. It is a little bland without it, but I mean, that's why the sauce is there. The guava sauce is...
You want one more? Absolutely.
It's sweet and tangy, and that's perfect. If you're going to get something from the carving station, then I think the pork belly is where it's at. I'd get that over the beef. If you're wondering why I'm not reading the news tomorrow, it's because I ate 2 buffets on Sunday. Okay, so we have dessert now. There's a mud pie? Mud pie, that's the name? That's what they call me? Mississippi mud pie, excuse me. There's a carrot cake cupcake that for some reason is R2-D2 themed. I mean, I don't know if that's the carrot cake's Halloween costume. I think that's just always here. There's a peanut butter and jelly tart. The magic cookie bar is here, a Disney World staple. We'll see how it stacks up to the resorts. There's also a creme brulee cheesecake. And then I made the ugliest swirl soft serve, if you want to see it. That there is soft serve here all day, if you want it. Okay. I know what to try first. I'm going to try this creme brulee cheesecake first. Hi, Mickey. We're still here. The creme brulee cheesecake is, I don't know what it is about Disney World cheesecake. It's always good. Like, it's not New York quality, but for what it is, it's always good. Like, whether it's the Top Century tie-dye cheesecake, I mean, they're good for what they are. This doesn't taste wildly different. Maybe a little more sugary because of what they've done with the creme brulee coating, but it's not wildly different. Still good. All right, this is my weakness, these magic cookie bars. I love these things. For those who don't know, a bunch of the resorts have them. It's essentially just this cookie bar covered in everything. Coconut and Oreo and chocolate chips and M&Ms. And it's like everything in the cupboard got thrown into a dessert. I've got to fact check this. Hold on. That's the best one at Disney World. It's really soft. The resort ones are way harder. This has got this really soft bottom layer.
I think it's fresh and they probably make it here.
Yeah, I assume the ones at the resorts probably sit there forever.
Yeah.
This is fantastic. Wow. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on. If you're not a coconut person, you're not going to like it. It's coconut heavy on the back end. I happen to love coconut, so I'm good with it. But be forewarned that that's going to be the dominant flavor. On the front end, you're going to get kind of like a fresh baked chocolate chip cookie almost for the most part. So a lot of the toppings are just kind of for show. You don't taste half of them because there's just so much going on. Let's try the peanut butter and jelly tart. I've attempted to break it. It's not. Nope. Instead, I've gone through. I've gone right through it. There we go. Look at that. You get mostly jelly. The jelly really overtakes everything. There is a light peanut butter cream there, but you don't really taste much of it. The crust is just kind of there too. I'm not really getting much of it. It really just tastes like I ate a glob of jelly. Not that that's bad. I mean, who doesn't like jelly? All right, carrot cake. It's good, nice, soft, moist cake. Not. Sometimes with carrot cake at the parks, I find like the carrot flavor is just too potent. This is the right mix of like cake and carrot. It's no carrot cake cookie, obviously, because that's the greatest thing ever. But it's pretty good. All right, let's try this disaster, whatever this is supposed to be. This Mississippi mud pie. It's actually good. The problem with Mississippi mud pie is it's going to be one note, right? It's just going to be just chocolate. You're just going to get hit with chocolate. The whipped cream does a nice job breaking that up a little bit, but there's just so much cake. It's so thick. It's good. I mean, I think kids will love that. I think adults might be like, it's maybe a little too sweet and chocolatey to have more than a bite or two. So maybe don't take as much as I took, would be the moral of the story. Just take a little bit. I don't think I have to try soft serve. What you added earlier, was the soft serve good?
Normal.
Normal soft serve. There you go. There you have it. There you go. So a quick thing to note is you get autograph cards. They are signing autographs again, though. We saw them doing it for some guests. But in any case, you do get autograph cards for Play and Dine. And then there's one for the Halloween Dine. Depending what season you come, obviously this will be different. There's a Christmas and a summer. Well, summer's the Hollywood one, but there's all different ones, and a springtime. So in like Disney Junior breakfast, that's a very special set of characters. That's really what you're going for. The breakfast is not going to be your favorite meal of your trip. It's just okay. Lunch and dinner, on the other hand, that is greatly improved. We enjoyed almost everything up there. It was really fantastic. So even if you're not really necessarily a character person, I might recommend this, but also the characters, I mean, right now, I've seen all the seasonal costumes. They're all really cute. They're all special. You can only see them here. So there's a number of reasons why this is a good option for lunch or dinner at the studios. I would definitely pick lunch or dinner over breakfast, but again, breakfast, if you have the Disney Junior age group with you, that's going to make more sense for you, regardless of whether you like the food or not. So buffet is back at Hollywood and Vine. Come check it out, Hollywood Studios.